Steven Universe taught us about love, friendship, and saving the world. But it also hid jokes that might even make adults blush. Yup, while you were humming We Are the Crystal Gems, the writers slipped in puns only adults would catch. From hot dog stands with wild names to gems grinding like it's a nightclub, today we're uncovering the funniest adult jokes you completely missed. Starting with number 20, Wiener in Hand. Let's kick things off with Beach City's most notorious food spot, the hot dog stand named Wiener in Hand. You can't miss the double meaning here. Cartoon Network really leaned into that one. It's the kind of joke that would make kids smile at the hot dogs while adults do a spit take. Imagine walking past that sign thinking it's wholesome, then realizing the writers were definitely winking at a much older audience. The way it sneaks past the censors is almost impressive, a perfect mix of absurdity and innuendo. 19. Meat Beat Mania. Next up, Garnet's obsession with the arcade game Meat Beat Mania. On the surface, it's just a silly rhythm game, but the name, let's just say it's eyebrow raising. You can almost hear the writers giggling in the background as Garnet hammers those buttons, completely unaware of how suggestive it sounds. Trying to explain this to a coworker? Not recommended. Googling it at work? Definitely not. Somehow, a seemingly innocent game title manages to slip in a wink for older viewers. Number 18, Uncle Grandpa Family Tree. Then there's the crossover with Uncle Grandpa, which introduces some very confusing family dynamics. Trying to figure out how Uncle Grandpa relates to Steven is enough to twist your brain into a pretzel. The logic has Greg's brother somehow doubling as a father figure, which, let's be honest, is unsettling and hilarious at the same time. It's the kind of joke that's not obvious at first, but once you catch it, you can't stop thinking about it. The show really thrives on these subtle, clever absurdities. Number 17, Donuts and Hot Dogs. In the pilot episode, there's a joke about connecting 3 donuts with a single hot dog. Kids might just see it as a silly snack experiment, but adults know exactly what kind of imagery that conjures. The way it's framed, the line dances on the edge of absurdity and innuendo, leaving you with a laugh and a cringe at the same time. Some jokes are so ridiculous that once you hear them, you can't unhear them, and this one definitely qualifies. Number 16, Fusion Dances. Fusion dances are a staple of the show, but when Amethyst starts shaking while forming Opal, it takes on a whole new level of suggestion. Pearl's unimpressed glare says it all, a perfect visual punchline to what's otherwise a magical transformation. The combination of combat moves with some very human-like gyrations give it the vibe of a nightclub routine, but with swords and cosmic energy. It's both playful and slightly scandalous, all wrapped in sparkling animation. Number 15, Fusion Dances. Sugalite and Garnet. Things get even spicier with Sugalite and Garnet's fusion dance. Heavy, rhythmic, and suggestive pelvic thrusts make the scene borderline X-rated for a cartoon. You can almost hear the network executives sweating behind the scenes as the animators push the boundaries. It's an absurd mix of strength, power, and innuendo, all happening in the middle of a battle sequence. Somehow, it works, keeping the audience entertained and slightly uncomfortable in the best way. Number 14, Steven and Connie Fusion. Stevani. When Steven and Connie fuse into Stevani, the slow pan across the screen adds a layer of tension adults immediately notice. The fusion looks stunning, but it raises the age question. Are they 14? 28? Cartoon math is confusing. The animators clearly knew what they were doing, using framing and timing to layer in subtle innuendo without ever crossing the line fully. It's clever, slightly provocative, and completely mesmerizing. Number 13, Stevani at the Rave. Later, Stevani attends a rave and the scene takes a darker turn when a creepy guy starts checking them out. It's uncomfortable, funny, and just the right kind of edgy for a cartoon moment. Even Chris Hansen would pause before stepping in. The animators play with perspective and reactions perfectly, making the tension clear without being inappropriate. It's a moment that adults immediately catch while kids remain blissfully oblivious. Number 12, Sadie and Lars lock up. In another late night scene, Sadie is caught locking up the donut shop with Lars. Her messy hair and guilty expression hint at more than just closing duties. It's a subtle adult joke about teenage indiscretions, one that flies over younger viewers but lands perfectly for older audiences. The show's genius is in using simple body language to suggest a much deeper story without ever spelling it out. Number 11. Peridot's hand signals. Up next, Peridot teaches Steven about fusion using hand gestures that are way more familiar than they should be. Adults instantly catch the reference, while Steven's clueless reaction makes it hilarious. It's essentially a birds and the bees lesson disguised as gem mechanics, and the way it's animated sells the joke perfectly. Peridot is unknowingly schooling viewers in human innuendo while keeping the story flowing seamlessly. Number 10. Ruby and Sapphire's first time. Ruby and Sapphire's first fusion is portrayed with the tenderness of a romantic encounter, but there's an undertone that adults can't help but notice. The way they describe their connection, the anticipation, the closeness, it's framed as sweet and beautiful, yet loaded with subtext. The scene captures intimacy without crossing a line, showing how their bond works on multiple levels. Fans who've grown up with the show instantly catch the wink, while younger viewers just see a magical combination of powers. Number 9. Steven's butt tactic. In one of the more ridiculous moments, Steven literally moons his enemy to gain the upper hand. It's a full-on comedic approach to problem solving, turning a classic battle scene into something hilariously absurd. You can imagine the animators laughing as Steven uses his bare bottom as a weapon. It's not traditional martial arts, it's moonjitsu, a move that equals parts ridiculous, creative, and unforgettable. The scene sticks in your head because it's pure Steven Universe chaos done with perfect timing. Number 8. Pop-up ads. Peridot encounters cute singles in your area pop-up ads while exploring human technology. The joke lands instantly for adults familiar with online spam and dating scams, making the scene relatable and funny. Even gems aren't safe from the awkwardness of the internet, and the writers slip in that commentary without slowing down the story. The humor works because it's recognizable, absurd, and tied perfectly into Peridot's naivete about human culture. Number 7. The birds and the bees talk. Steven attempts to explain human romance to Peridot, creating one of the show's most awkward yet hilarious moments. He stumbles over words, over-explains, and generally flails while trying to make a complex topic understandable. It's awkward enough when your parents give the talk, but imagine a 14-year-old trying to navigate it with an alien gem. The scene is funny, informative, and layered with subtle adult humor, all while keeping Steven's innocence intact. Number 6. Lars's body swap. Steven wakes up in Lars's body and discovers a room full of adult magazines. The gag works on multiple levels. It's shocking, hilarious, and instantly relatable to anyone who's gone through puberty. The scene is a crash course in awkwardness, combining Steven's embarrassment with the absurdity of being in someone else's body. It's another example of the show layering humor and subtle innuendo without derailing the story. Number 5. Amethyst's compliment. Amethyst gives Garnet a compliment about her mass, and the way it's delivered carries just the right amount of flirtation. It's science meeting sass, and the joke lands perfectly without being crude. The humor works because it's playful, unexpected, and reflects the characters' unique personalities. Even in a kids' show, this moment shows the writer's ability to slip in jokes that land differently depending on your age. Number 4. Garnet's dream advice. Steven dreams of Garnet telling him, "Don't do anything I wouldn't do," while catcalling sounds echo in the background. The scene walks the line between innocent guidance and subtle adult humor. It's clear what's being implied, and the animators use background cues to enhance the joke. The moment is clever, funny, and slightly edgy, giving adults a wink while keeping it kid-safe. Number 3. Onion's home movie. Onion shows Steven a close-up of a baby being born, a scene that is both shocking and hilarious. It's one of those moments that sticks because of its sheer absurdity and the characters' deadpan reactions. Steven's wide-eye horror mirrors the audience's, creating a mix of cringe and laughter. It's a perfect example of how the show blends gross-out humor with clever adult undertones. Number 2. Muppet Man Flash Joke. In a classic Onion moment, his friends are stacked like a trenchcoat gag, but the Flash implies something far more adult than a camera. The scene is subtle, the setup is innocent, and yet adults catch the wink immediately. The humor works because it's layered, visual, and slightly naughty, creating a memorable joke that flies over younger viewers' heads. Number 1. Amethyst's sex ed lesson. Finally, Amethyst gives a chaotic sex ed lesson to Steven, explaining how two gems show love. The classroom is wild, messy, and more about her personality than traditional teaching. It's the only lesson where the teacher outshines the students in unpredictability. Adults notice the innuendo and humor while kids enjoy the energy, making it a perfect layered joke. And that's 20 hidden adult jokes in Steven Universe you totally missed. Which one made you laugh? Or question your childhood the most? Drop it in the comments, and I might feature it in the next video. Don't forget to hit subscribe, check out the playlist on the screen, and get ready for more shows that are way dirtier than you remember.